Welcome back to Nothing But Nets. Got a good one for you today, guys. Please smash the like button. Please subscribe, all that good stuff. Sorry about that. Brief. Please smash the smash the like button, subscribe, all the free stuff that YouTube loves. We got a good one for you today. Dylan Harper, who is projected to be 3 or 4 or 5 somewhere in the draft. I'm wondering if he should be number 2. Sorry about that. If he should be number 2. He's got the makings here of exactly what you're looking for in a modern day point guard. There's a lot to like about Dylan Harper. And I know that Cooper Flagg is the kind of leader in the clubhouse to be the number 1 pick in the draft. I know that's the guy that everyone loves. If you watched any of my content, if you've heard my opinion on any other net YouTube show or anything like that, you know that I'm an Ace Bailey guy. And I'm sticking with Ace Bailey. I'm sticking that is the guy that I would take number 1 overall. I think if I asked you to name something that Dylan Harper does better, if I asked you to name something Cooper Flagg does better than Ace Bailey, you'd be hard pressed. Ace Bailey is a better ball handler. Ace Bailey is a better shooter. Ace Bailey has a better basketball body, wingspan. Ace Bailey to me has Tracy McGrady vibes. It's pretty hard to comp out exactly what Cooper Flagg is in the NBA. Is he RJ Barrett? Is he Andre Kirilenko? Is he Aaron Gordon? Is he Pablo Banchero? Paolo Banchero? I've heard all of these comps, one after another, really. And Michael Beasley is another one I've heard. Jason Tatum is another one I've heard. And I'm getting all these comps, everything from Kirilenko to Jason Tatum. And these guys don't play similarly. So I'm finding it hard to kind of put my finger on exactly what makes Cooper Flagg this untouchable number 1 blue chip prospect. Look, here's what I'll say. If he was in this draft, if he was in this past draft, if Cooper Flagg was eligible in this past draft, I would take him number 1 overall. In that past draft. In this draft, I'm not taking him in the top 2. The second guy I would take is Dylan Harper. And back to Cooper Flagg just for a minute. And I don't want to make a big deal about this, but Gilbert Arenas and other guys have mentioned this. Nike didn't sign him. If Nike wants you, Nike wants you. Cooper Flagg is going to be marketable to a degree because he's a white kid with next level. Cooper Flagg is going to be marketable to a degree because he's a white kid with next world athleticism, and we just don't see that too often. Depending on where he gets drafted, what have you, we're going to see his jersey sell, things like that. If Nike doesn't want you, Nike doesn't want you for a reason. If they want you, they're going to get you. And they didn't want him. He signed with New Balance. And we can kind of guess as to why. Maybe he wanted creative control. Who knows? What I would say is there's nothing I'm looking at. Paolo Banchero does everything on a court better at that age, right? And we're going to see Cooper Flagg develop. And this is not the dump on Cooper Flagg. Like I said, podcast. If Cooper Flagg was eligible to be drafted in this past draft, I would be taking number 1 overall. I think he's a fine prospect. I think this is a special draft class, and I think there are names that are ahead of him. Obviously, Ace Bailey, but also Dylan Harper. And I'm going to explain to you why I think Dylan Harper may be the perfect fit for the Brooklyn Nets. And we can look at what they have now, and they have a couple of bigs who you want to stay in Claxton and Clowney. You have a scoring guard who some people want to stay and some people want to trade him, and some people don't want to resign him in Cam Thomas. What I would say is this. At this point, the Nets are so bad that you can't start looking for fit. What you need to do is just get a roster full of the best players that you can. I think Marks is doing a decent job at this. Like, I like Zaire Williams. I think Keon Johnson. These are guys with upside, right? So he's getting guys with upside. You're going to have a top 5 pick in the draft, potentially. Hopefully top 2. And if it's one, it's Ace Bailey in my book. And if it's number two, it comes down to Dylan Harper and Cooper Flagg. And why I think Dylan Harper is a better prospect is because he's the more prototypical player. Cooper Flagg does not have a consistent jump shot. Dylan Harper does. Now, Dylan Harper's jump shot's a little funky looking, but it goes in, right? And Sean Marion, Reggie Miller had a weird looking release. If it goes in, I don't care, right? Like, not everyone's going to shoot like Ray Allen or Clay Thompson and still be a very good shooter. Dylan Harper is already a good shooter. Now, is there concern that his shot may get blocked in the NBA? Maybe. But coming from his pedigree, I think we'll be able to fix this. If he's drafted number two, I think he's a better point guard than Noah Torre. I think he's the prototypical body type of what you want. 6'5", 6'6", 220, strong as an ox. He's not hyper athletic. He's not John Morant or John Wall, but he's athletic enough. And the comps to me are similar. What do I see? Jalen Brunson, but bigger, I think. Deron Williams, the way that he can use his body to create his shot and get to his spots in the mid-range and take that little step back. There's a lot of Deron Williams, too. Now, he's not the dribbler that Deron Williams was, but I think he's a better all-around at that stage. I think he's better offensively, scoring the ball, than Deron Williams was. Williams is a better ball handler. The other is Brunson. I like the Brunson comp, but he's bigger and a much better passer than Jalen Brunson. Look, Jalen Brunson has gotten better every step of the way, especially with his shot and with his playmaking ability. Dylan Harper, at this stage, is far better than Jalen Brunson. Far better. Look, if he turns into Jalen Brunson, that's great. Jalen Brunson's an All-NBA player and an All-Star. That's fantastic. Dylan Harper, right now, projects higher than that because of his size, his natural shooting ability. Remember, Brunson couldn't really shoot well until he got to the Knicks. He was not really a great shooter with Dallas. He shoots well now, but he's a far better passer. Brunson still gets into dribble mode. He still gets tunnel vision. Harper doesn't. Harper is a tremendous passer. He's got, to me, he's got a super high ceiling and a super high floor, right? Like, the floor is not that low. There's not, with his basketball IQ and his vision and his body, he can play the 1, 2, and 3. He can easily play the 1, 2, and 3. And 6'5", 6'6", 6'10" wingspan with that size and strength, he can guard the 1, 2, and 3. Whereas Brunson can't guard, and I'm not trying to dump on Brunson. Brunson can't guard the 1, 2, or 3. He can guard the 1, 2, and 3. The other comp I hear a lot is James Harden, and that's a lot. Look, Harden changed the game in many ways. Right? That's a lot to put in anyone. But you can see what kind of player he is. He's a decent athlete with tremendous feet, a good lefty shot. That's why I like to comp him to the lefties. A good lefty shot. Deron Williams is lefty, but the other two are. A good lefty shot. And the ability to get to the basket and finish. And he's strong, and he can get the N1s. He can close out at the hole. He's excellent with very good vision, right? Like, honestly, of those three that I've named, Deron Williams, James Harden, Jalen Brunson, I think Harden, because of the size and the strength, is the best comp offensively, but obviously he's already a better defensive player just on effort because we know what Harden did defensively. There are guys like, I come from the boxing world, and I started boxing at 13 years old, and so you have to make up ground. The kids who come from fight families, the kids whose dads were boxers and high-level boxers and had professional careers, they have such an advantage. They are just better because they've been doing it their whole life. They were born and bred to do it, and it's a part of their life. And you can see that in Dylan Harper, who had a dad who was a hell of a player and has a brother that's in the NBA. He was born to do this. And you can see at 18 years old, he's got the brains already. He's got the vision. He's got the brains. He's got a super high IQ. Like Brunson, he plays at his own pace. If he wants to go fast, he goes fast. If he wants to slow it down, he slows you down. He plays at his pace. He's deliberate, and he plays at his own. You're not going to speed him up, right? He's not the fastest guy on the court, okay? he ain't slow either, but he ain't the fastest guy on the court in the NBA. You're not going to take him out of his game. He's going to play at his pace. If he wants to go fast, he'll go fast. And if he wants to go slow, you're not going to speed him up. There's I'm going to use a boxing analogy. There's a ring IQ to him where he fights the fight on his terms. I know I'm killing it with the boxing analogy, but that's where I come from, right? He fights the fight he wants to fight. He makes you fight his fight. He's not going to fight your fight. And to be able to do that at this age is really, really impressive. He's a creative finisher. He's got all the bag, all the package, all the layup package around the rim. He's methodical. He's physical. He's strong. He attacks the hole, like I said, at his pace. He's got the NBA pedigree. He's a tremendous mid-range player. And that in today's game, being a terrific mid-range, like Brunson is, like Darren Williams was, is incredibly important. He can back you down with his strength. He can pull up. He can shoot the long ball. He can finish out the hole, get the N1. The Brunson comp isn't bad, but he's bigger and better defensively and much better vision. Like, he's Jalen Brunson, but bigger with better vision. He's a grade A passer. The day he comes in the league, he's one of the best passing point guards in the league. That's what you can tell from his vision. He's got tremendous vision. The knock on him is he takes bad shots. Look, every single great scorer is going to take questionable shots. Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. These guys all took very difficult, questionable shots. You know why? Because they can make them. Carmelo Anthony. These guys take very difficult shots because they can make them. So when you knock him, understand that he's taking these difficult shots because he can make them. He's an incredible shot maker for this age. I don't see, like, the lowest I see on him as a downside is a very good point guard who can be a second scoring option, a pass first point guard who can still score 20 a night. Like, finding the downside on Dylan Harper, to me, is incredibly difficult. Like, it seems to me that this is like all upside. He just doesn't have the natural size and athleticism that Ace Bailey has. So I'm taking Ace Bailey 1 because Ace Bailey has the skills. He's got the size. He's 6'10". He handles the ball at your guard. He athletic, fluid to the rim. He's got all the things you can't teach. All the things you can teach, Dylan Harper has. He has all the things you can teach, plus a great NBA body and a fairly decent athlete. I really everyone likes Noah Torre's athleticism. As far as in-game speed, I don't know what they measured out. In-game speed, I don't see much different. I don't think that Noah Torre's first step was any more explosive. Like, I don't think his blow-by speed is any better. I really, like, if you want to show it to me, show it to me. I'm not seeing it. I've watched a few of his games. I've watched his tape. I've watched a few of Harper's games. I've watched his tape. I'm not seeing this big, huge, massive difference in Torre's speed and Harper's speed. They look about the same to me. I want to see him develop his right hand a little more. He's lefty. He go left. I want to see him develop his right hand a little more. And I want to see him get a little better with a shot selection. I'd like to see that sharpen that up a little bit. But everything else, this guy's a go. If it was up to me, Dylan Harper is number 2. I'm now putting Cooper Flagg number 3. And you guys can hate, and you can leave your thoughts and comments and everything like that. You can hate on everything I'm saying right now. And I'm not dumping on Cooper Flagg. Like I said, if this was the past 2024 draft, I would take Cooper Flagg number 1. But it's not. It's 2025 draft. It's a special draft class. And I got Cooper Flagg at 3, Ace Bailey at 1, Dylan Harper at 2. So I think a Nets franchise that has always built, whenever they've been good, they've had a top-notch point guard, whether that be Harden, whether it be Kyrie Irving, whether it be Kenny Anderson, whether it be Jason Kidd, Bill Melchioni, if you want to go all the way back in the day. They've always built with a point guard. Darren Williams. This is the guy that they can build with. Whatever you want to build around him, if you want to keep Claxton and Clowney, you got a point guard to go with him. If you want to build around Cam Thomas, you got a 6'5", 6'6" point guard who can defend the better player in the backcourt so Cam doesn't have to. Or if you want to get rid of everyone, and you don't care what you have, I think this is the second best player in the draft. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your thoughts, comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave any comments, thoughts, anything like that. From August 30th, 2024, from Texas to the world, thank you and God bless.